Today, we'll not talk about any big issues, but focusing on one person, Jinzhong. His story has just been in the news recently, and it is truly a tragic story. Welcome to Beyond the News, I'm Faye. Let's provide an outline about this story. Jinzhong is a mid-aged man living in a village. On the 10th of October, roughly 10 days back, he went into his neighbor's house and murdered 2 people and injured 3 others. After the incident, he went on a run for 8 days. Because the village is next to a mountain, so was able to hide in the mountain for a few days. According to the police report, on the 18th, they found in a cave, and the police said killed himself in front of them. The unusual aspect of this story is, even though was the murderer, the majority of the Chinese people are sympathetic to him. A poll in China has shown 83% of the people voted to stand at the side of O's action. Only 3% voted for the victims, and 30 of them say that they are unclear about their situation. Isn't it weird? Why are so many Chinese netizens supporting a murderer? There are 3 main reasons behind people's sympathy. One is the backstory led up to the incident. And his neighbor had a long-time land dispute. Planned to rebuild his house. 6 years ago, he got the government's approval and knocked down the old house. However, his neighbors were stopping him from rebuilding. They blocked building materials from going to the site and even hired gangsters to obstruct the construction. So for the past 6 years, was living in this crude environment covered by iron sheets. And his 89-year-old mother was also living with him. Compare that with the victims, also his neighbor. Let's use a picture to tell a part of the story. The bottom one is O's house, and the nice-looking 4-storage house on the top is the victim's house. For the last 6 years, wasn't sitting around arguing. He was trying everything that he could to get the problem resolved. He went to the local government, the higher-level government, the police, the media. He even tried to raise awareness through social media. But none of these methods worked for him. According to various news reports, O's neighbor was well-connected, and no one dared to touch him. Yeah, I know, in China, as long as you are well-connected, you can do a lot of bad things without much consequences. So you can see the tension between the 2 sides has been building up for years, and the last straw came to the day before the incident. On October 9th, there was a big storm in the area. The iron sheet used for covering O's house fell into his neighbor's vegetable garden. When went to retrieve his iron sheet roof, he stepped on the vegetables in the garden. Because of that, the neighbor was verbally abusing and scolding him harshly. This was the last straw for and the tragedy happened the next day. So this is the first reason that so many Chinese people feel sympathetic towards Many people commented that putting them in O's position, they might be ending up doing a similar thing. So what do you think of this? Putting you in O's situation, what would you do? Leave me your comment below. The second reason was that was a well-known, gentle person in the area. After the tragedy happened, a video of a young man started to trend in China. This person is from the same village with Around 30 years ago, this young man was saved by At that time, he was a 5-year-old kid and was playing with others at a beach during a storm, and he got swept away. The waves were too dangerous for most of the people to save the kid, except passed by and he got into the water without hesitation. After 20 to 30 minutes of struggling, dragged the kid, who had lost consciousness, out of the water. So after that accident, the kid went visiting multiple times. On a number of those occasions, the kid and the family were trying to give some gifts, but didn't take any of them. In the video, this young man said that was a soft-speaking, kind-hearted person in the village and very polite. The young man also described as compassionate and had a real sense of justice. You can see this young man is choking up a little bit in the video. With this story online, it is making people feel even more sympathetic towards Many netizens' comments say the victim must have done something really bad for this tragedy to transpire. And the third factor that making people feeling sympathy towards is how the government was handling the matter. Let me tell you the odd thing the police did. After O went on hiding, the local police department was trying to apprehend O. A police notice really did grab a lot of people's attention. You know what the notice said? If anyone offers clues to where O is, he would be awarded 20,000 yuan. If anyone found O's body, the award would be 50,000 yuan. This notice really shocked people because it is basically encouraging people to murder O. People start thinking this might be a way how the government was trying to silence O. Now, if we look at the result, it ended up exactly that way. O is dead. Right now, there are a lot of discussions on whether O killed himself or he was killed by the police. We'll not get into that here because, to be honest, anything can happen in China and nothing can be proven unless the government is the party that proves it. So after hearing all this, what's your opinion of O? Do you feel sympathetic towards him? Leave me your comment below. As for my opinion, I do feel sympathetic towards him, but I don't support his act of violence. I think the saddest part of O's story is, for the last 6 years, every day there was a chance for this problem to be solved, so that the tragedy could be avoided. However, no one could or was care enough to do something about it. No one really stepped out and helped him. Sadly, O's story is not unique. There are countless examples like O all over China. There could be another reason why so many Chinese people feeling sympathetic for O. Maybe in their daily life, they knew someone just like him, or they themselves are the O in real life. So why are things like this keep happening in China? I think the Chinese Communist Party has an undeniable responsibility for all these bad things happening. In every communist government, the story is always the same. The communists will abolish the established social structure, so the party heads and party members themselves became the new ruling class controlling all resources in society. But in a communist system, when there is a power, there is corruption and abuse of power. Some people may say corruption and abuse of power exist in every government, but none of them are as pervasive and systematic as the communist systems. In O's story, none of the authorities helped him. Instead, they were abiding the neighbor who would stand closer to the ruling class. If those authorities showed O even just a little bit of justice, it might be a completely different story. What do you think of that? Alright, that's all for today. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell. Thank you for watching Beyond the News. I'm Faye. I'll see you again very soon.